Today we're going to talk about social media and how it impacts us in our daily lives, and more importantly, the impact that it has on our business. So really the conversation today is about social media and how that has an impact in business and how it impacts our businesses. Jonathan, would you like to sort of kick off and give us your opinion, especially because you're in the software marketing?
Exactly,
that seems very relevant.
It's kind of particularly relevant. So it impacts all aspects of my life because not only do I use social media domestically, but we implement and use social media tools all the time on behalf of our clients. It is inevitable, and there is a lot of mixed feeling about it. There's a lot of aggressive marketing going on now, which I believe we're beginning to see a backlash to from the public. I don't know whether you guys have noticed that at all, whether you feel sometimes if you're on Facebook and you're looking for something.
You mean remarketing, when they follow you around and pop-ups come up?
Exactly. Yeah. It's kind of, it's a little bit Big Brother. So we have to be very careful with the way we architect social media into our solutions on behalf of our customers, and we need to make sure that we are kind of on top of our game and aware of exactly what the implications are of implementing it, and implementing it in a professional way that doesn't alienate.
Sometimes I find in my business, especially because my business is so visual, that you can over bombard people with it, and people get complacent then, and they become, it's just the same rubbish. So you have to try and do something that's going to make things a little bit different.
Yes, and I think it's really difficult because if you're not in it, you can't win it.
Well, this is
but
it.
If you're in it, how are you going to be better? And it's not about volume, it's about quality, but it's about quality at the right time, at the right place.
There's a huge balance between positive and negative, the effect, the positive and negative effect that it can have on your business is, I would say, was quite drastic. I mean, Judith, you're in the hospitality industry. What's your view on, for example,
has major impact.
For example, TripAdvisor. What's your view about TripAdvisor?
It's really a difficult thing because it's on one side, social media has a really nice aspect. People are able to share their experiences and their lifestyle, and also to see from other people, where are they going, where are they staying, what are they experiencing. But on the other hand, like with TripAdvisor, you have nice reviews about the stay, but they also can criticize really about things which are believable, what they are writing. So they can destroy your business.
They can destroy your business. But
yes.
The question is, do you think that the searcher online believes what they read?
Well, yes, unfortunately, I think they generally do. And I think part of the problem we've got today is we're living in a society of reviews and quick, instant decision-making. So again, part of what we're doing is looking at how reviews are gathered and then recommunicated. So when you've got things like Google My Business, everyone's going on a 5-star rating now. It started out probably in the tourist industry and interestingly, very rarely are there 6 stars. You guys started it. There's this sense of 5 stars being as good as it can get.
Yeah.
And everything else is relating to that. So when if I'm looking for a fish and chip shop,
and somebody has, the chips were cold, you're doomed.
Well, but also conversely, if I'm looking for a fish and chip shop and I see 5-star and I see 5 stars, I don't believe I need to go any further. 5 stars means they're really good. But actually, they might have had one review from one person who was a family member who's given them a 5-star rating, and I'm making a purchasing decision based on that limited information, because that's what the owners and the resellers are wanting me to do. But actually, we have a duty. Just like in the old days. You ask your colleagues. You do research, especially when it comes to the important things in life. Don't just rely on the surface value.
One thing I find is, luckily, my business doesn't really have reviews, but you would get comments about different things. And I feel, because we offer a personalised service, to react to that person and see what was the problem, and show it out there that, okay, we're all human. Today's the day. I had a bad day. A member of staff had a bad day. Something happened. let's try and sort it out. So I think if you can come back at it and not look at it as a negative, but try and perceive it as a positive and deal with it.
Yeah. The genuine organisations that are using reviews for that purpose give you that exact platform so that you can rebuff a claim. It's always disappointing when you're airing your dirty linen in public, but that's today's society.
So, I mean, just following on from that, don't you think that a lot of people now, when they want to make a complaint, they actually hide behind social media, and instead of sort of picking up the phone and say, you know what, this is wrong?
That's a bit a sad thing, because that's also in the hospitality. The staff or the GM of a hotel is not so good anymore in talking with the guest, and also to make it for them comfortable to say, to have, okay, this was not so nice. And when we would have better feedback, you can react,
yes.
you can offer
you
something.
Can fix it.
Yes, you can fix it immediately.
Absolutely.
And
it is a business with people.
Of
so
course.
there are always things happening, and you cannot avoid it.
Absolutely. But in the world of bad press at the moment, I feel men in general are getting
Oh, this is an interesting topic, right?
A bad press.
Now.
Because with all the hashtag Me Too, not every man is like that. And now I feel men are being all put into a little box, and that they're all predators, and that it's so hard for a man to be genuinely courteous or kind to a lady and put their hand on their shoulder, not in a sexual way, but that their kindness and their masculinity.
And they sort of lost their freedom to be.
To be a man. It's unfair.
It is unfair. So you being the expert in digital, why does the hashtag Me Too or hashtag anything, and staying on the Me Too thing, why does the way it goes viral so quickly, what's the impact?
Well, so again, these tools, social media tools, have the ability to disseminate information in such a quick and dynamic way that if you hit a hot topic and it's backed up by other conventional media, so celebrities, other famous people
it's all
pick it up.
Newsworthy stories.
It's newsworthy. The media want a cycle. They've got something which is attract. So it's almost it's an ever repeating circle. So everybody's pushing it. And what suddenly happens is that what was potentially a smaller issue, or even kicked off from something really insignificant, turns into a massively significant thing, and then whole groups of people suffer.
Yeah.
And obviously people jump on the bandwagon.
And the knock-on effect is terrible. So, I mean, God be with the days when we could have good news. You know what I mean? Like social media is never...
Wow.
When's the last time we saw a good news story? Well, you see loads of them all the time.
Changing people's behaviour. Because they are not acting authentic anymore, and they are almost afraid to touch. And I think that's the
and that's exactly your point. People are afraid to act in a normal way because they're afraid of the repercussions of social media.
We're losing that lovely bond between men and women and their interactions, which makes life so exciting.
It's difficult for me because I'm still old school. So
we love that. We love you.
I love.
Very appreciated.
I love that ability and need and want, desire for come and be close to people, and I don't care whether it's a man or a woman. You know, if I feel it's the right thing to do, I will touch you, and I think that's kind of important. But I think I have teenage children, and I see them squirming with the way I talk and the things I do sometimes.
Well, we all love a gentleman.
Which they say is inappropriate, or but it is sad, and I think there's a balance. We have to find a balance.
Don't stop. Don't stop.
I think there's I think there's a balance, and I think that certain men have definitely abused their position because they've been in a position of power forever, and that has given them the ability to take advantage. But I don't think the broad brush approach has, as you say, swung so far that it's become problematic, and we're becoming homogenous.
Absolutely.
It's.
And on that homogenous note, let's hope that we can sort of keep the gentlemen of this world, smiling. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Mairead Malloy from Barclay International. Thank you to my lovely guests, and we'll see you again soon.